You're about to witness a spectacle that's been mesmerizing humans for centuries. The northern lights are like nothing you've ever seen before. It's like the sky is dancing with colorful, swirly patterns. But what makes this phenomenon happen, and when's the best time to see it this year? Let's dive into the science behind the northern lights. It all starts with the sun, which emits charged particles that interact with our planet's magnetic field. This interaction causes the particles to be drawn towards the poles, where they collide with atoms and molecules in our atmosphere. That's when the magic happens. The energy from these collisions excites the atoms and molecules, making them glow. You'll see this glow as the northern lights, also known as the aurora borealis. The science is cool, but you're probably wondering when you can see this for yourself. The northern lights are typically visible on clear, dark nights from late August to early April. But the best time to see them is from December to March, when the nights are longest and darkest. You'll have a better chance of seeing the northern lights if you're in a location with minimal light pollution, like Alaska or Norway. But even if you can't make it to those places, you can still see the northern lights from other locations in the Northern Hemisphere. Just remember, the northern lights are a natural phenomenon, so there's no guarantee you'll see them. But with a little planning and patience, you can increase your chances. Now, let's talk about the different types of solar activity that can affect the northern lights. You've got your coronal mass ejections, which are huge bursts of plasma and magnetic field that can cause the northern lights to be more active. Then you've got your solar flares, which are like huge explosions on the sun's surface. Both of these can make the northern lights more visible, but they can also make them more unpredictable. So, how do you know when to look for the northern lights? You can check websites like aurora-service.eu or spaceweather.com for forecasts and alerts. These websites use data from satellites and ground-based observatories to predict when the northern lights will be visible. They'll also give you information about the intensity of the solar activity, which can help you plan your viewing. But even with forecasts, it's still important to be flexible. The northern lights can be visible at any time of night, but they're usually most active around midnight to 3 a.m. So, if you're planning to stay up late to see them, make sure you're in a comfortable spot with a clear view of the sky. Now, let's talk about some tips for witnessing the northern lights. First, dress warmly. It can get cold waiting for the northern lights to appear. Bring a thermos of hot coffee or tea to keep you warm, and consider bringing a blanket or chair to make your viewing experience more comfortable. You'll also want to bring a camera to capture the moment, but make sure you know how to use it in low light conditions. It's also a good idea to bring a friend or two, so you can share the experience with someone. Finally, be patient. The northern lights can take time to appear, and they might not always be visible. But when they are, it's an experience you'll never forget. So, what are you waiting for? Get out there and start planning your northern lights adventure. Subscribe for daily science videos.